Let's meditate. In the past few weeks, I started to read what I wrote 25 years ago when I attended the first Vipassana meditation course at California Vipassana Center near Yosemite. I had such an experience, so I wanted to write down before I forget. And we are not allowed to bring anything to write during the course, so on the way back in the car, I started to write. I remember that. And it was like 60 pages altogether. And I'm almost finished reading. I didn't read like this for the past 25 years because I just remember what happened, especially this banga experience, awakening, earth-shattering, I called. But 25 years later, I start to read again. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and day 8, 9, 10, reflection. I liked what I did to revisit 25 years later. Confirming lots of stuff. But today I was reading, I think that was the video I made about lessons learned type of thing. And I had a guy named Yanabira, handle name, from Myanmar, who basically introduced me to Vipassana when I met him somewhere on the internet. It's about the Zen, I believe. And he was very calm, quiet, kind. There are people who are very sharp, and American Zen monk from Japan was there too. Some English lady I remember. Anyway, Yanabira's introduction, and he gave me a comment or suggestion. So today I was reading that. I may be posting it in the next few days. But he said he was suggesting 3 hours of sitting meditation every day, morning, at the lunchtime, and in the evening. That part I didn't remember, but I'm sure he was very serious. Goenka, who conducted the course, but through the video, so everybody's got the same type of a video around the world, and his quotes was also posted, some memorable but all pointing, lots of affirmation, and I was happy that I could do it. Maybe 1 or 2 more videos, and then it's the ending of my revisiting one of the major events in my life 25 years later. I think it's nice to have a solid foundation. What is solid foundation? I call it heart, the core of our being, which makes us to live the laws of nature. That's the core, or some people call Dhamma, laws. And that's operating everywhere. So to realize that, not in concept, but experientially, relating or even finding, it's manifesting everywhere, including ourselves. That's it. So a couple years later, I published 2002, Results from the Heart. I don't think I mentioned much in that book about Vipassana, because many people may not be familiar, and I didn't want it to be too religious, although Vipassana is very straightforward. Many people from various religions come and meditate. So I feel it's a basic principle way that we can relate to, no matter what background, religion, or any value system. So this meditation we do here is a mini version of it. But I'm hopeful I'm doing justice, meaning I could connect to the key principle shared in Vipassana. Although I may be a bit goofy and I don't meditate 3 hours a day, at least I can share some nuance, part of it. Yes, 10 days to sit may not be for everyone, maybe not for many people even. You don't need to, perhaps. But it's just one way, which I found it very also tied to Zen, and Soto Zen especially is very much like Vipassana principle. But Rinzai have the same idea, similar meditation practice, but more koans. I just wondered if Zen is similar to Vipassana, how about Shin Buddhism, like a Myokoni? The origin of Shin Buddhism is Shinran. This is, I don't know, maybe 12, 1300 years ago in Kyoto. He was born there and went through this mountain here to go through the, if you call it, the training of Buddhism. And he did lots of meditation, I'm sure, but he said he couldn't do it. So he went into Shin, or the Pure Land sect, Honen, as a teacher. And he became the founder, so to speak, of Shin Buddhism. And compares that this Shin Buddhism with Namo Amida Butsu, the approach is just let you to be taken over by Amida Buddha, Amida's compassion to save you. So it's called the other power, and the self-power is you devote yourself, say, to meditation. But since Shinran couldn't, yet many people, including Daisetsu Suzuki, sees the similarity, if not identical, that in what they call self-power, Zen and meditation approach, at the end is not the self. Self has to be gone. No mind, no self. So what's left is the nature's way manifesting to make you alive, even to bring up wisdom and compassion. So Namyam Daptsu is also emptying mind. No self. In that sense, pretty much the same as far as I can see. Key concept there too is no mind and no self. Samadhi state with Namo Amida Butsu. So they don't necessarily sit, but they chant, or they may be quiet to say Namo Amida Butsu. Let the Amida to take over. Let the nature's way to take over. Because that's how we are born here to start with. Even the sinners may be saved in such a principled way. But the funny thing is, like Saichi talking about the breathe in and breathe out, as if he's practicing anapana, breathe in and breathe out. So perhaps if we can look inside the brain, if there's such a thing, maybe very similar, except perhaps less emphasis on intellect, depending on intellect. In Shin Buddhism or Myokuanin. Whatever the term is, have a calm and quiet mind, no mind, no self. That's your eternal home, I'd say. You are riding the wave of the universe. You are one with the universe. That's what I said for my Vipassana report. The experience on the 8th day is like making love with the universe. Oneness, aliveness, blissful sensation when we align to the way of nature. Namo Amida Butsu. I tested to touch my heart. Yes, it's the magic power of the universe that we are here. No thinking, just be. It's like before you ate the fruit of knowledge, no mind, no self, no differentiation. But you don't stay there, you come back because you're human. So use your brain, but connect it to the heart, the origin of who we are. Thank you for your visit. Hope to see you again. May all beings be happy. Have a good day.